Good morning! Hello, Trinity 4K classes, Mrs. Weeding's classes. This is Miss Erica at Monaco Public Library with Storytime for you again today. And today I have a assistant with me, Miss Tina, who also works at the library. And because I have my assistant with me, I'm doing things a little bit differently this time. So as you can see, we're both wearing masks, and we're going to be distanced because that's how the rules are right now with the pandemic. So we're being really careful to follow the rules so that we can all stay safe, just like you are at school, I'm sure. Staying away from people and wearing your mask and wash your hands, all that fun stuff. So this week's story time is train story time. So I have lots of fun books, as you can see behind me, and songs and rhymes and fun activities that have to do with trains. So I'm going to get situated and then we can get started. All right, so we're going to start off by singing good morning to everyone. And I still have all of your names. I still remember all your names from last time I did story time for you. So I'm going to sing to your name, and as we sing, we'll clap and we'll sing good morning to you. So put your hands together. Ready? Here we go. So we're going to start with Ben. Good morning, Ben. Good morning, Ben. Good morning, Ben. We're glad you're here today. And next up is Canaan. So, hello, Canaan. Good morning, Canaan. Good morning, Canaan. Good morning, Canaan. We're glad you're here today. And the next name I have is Connor. So, hello, Connor. Good morning, Connor. Good morning, Connor. Good morning, Connor. We're glad you're here today. Next up is Easton. Hi, Easton. Good morning, Easton. Good morning, Easton. Good morning, Easton. We're glad you're here today. Then we have Henry. Hi, Henry. Good morning, Henry. Good morning, Henry. Good morning, Henry. We're glad you're here today. And next is Naomi. Hi, Naomi. Good morning, Naomi. Good morning, Naomi. Good morning, Naomi. We're glad you're here today. And last we have Scarlett. Hi, Scarlett. Good morning, Scarlett. Good morning, Scarlett. Good morning, Scarlett. We're glad you're here today. All right, so I have my mystery box. Let me grab my mystery box. Here it is, my mystery box. And I'm going to give you 3 clues about what's inside my mystery box. And I already told you that today I'm doing, or this week I'm doing train story time. So this is an object that has something to do with trains. So there's something about trains in here. And if you have a guess about what you think is in here, you can either raise your hand or think it in your head, and maybe Miss Weeding has you raise your hand at the end. I'm not sure what your class rules are. So whatever Miss Weeding has you do, that's what you can do if you have a guess. So maybe Miss Weeding, if you wanted to pause right here and explain the rules, you can, or however you want to do it. So I'll give you 3 clues. This is something that has to do with a train. So ready? The first clue, clue number 1, this is something that trains drive on. So it's something trains drive on. Here's the second clue, clue number 2. This is something that you can build around your Christmas tree. So it's something trains drive on, and it's something, clue number 2, that you build around your Christmas tree. And clue number 3 is, this is something that goes over a bridge. And the bridge that it goes on is called a trestle bridge. And trestles are all those like crisscross pieces of wood underneath the bridge, and those help support the bridge because those trains are really heavy. So the 3 clues are, it's something trains drive on, it's something you can build around your Christmas tree, and it's something that goes over a trestle bridge. So, ready to find out what it is? I'll give you a couple seconds to either pause the video or raise your hands with your guesses, or if you're keeping your guesses inside your head, you can keep your voices quiet. Or maybe, I don't know if Miss Weeding has you shout out the answer, whatever your procedure is. So I'll give you a couple seconds. And I'm gonna reveal the answer. Ready to find out? Here it is. It's a train track. So this is a piece of a toy train track for my toy train. So it's a train track. If you guessed train track, you were right. You got it. Good job. You did it. So I'll put my mystery box away. And we're going to get started with our very first story, which is The Dinosaur Train. And this is written by John Stephen Gurney. He's the author. And I'm reading it with permission from HarperCollins Publishers, like it says right there. And the publisher, again, is the company that put this whole book together. So they made the book. So here we go. Thursday was a day much like any other for Jesse. Trains and dinosaurs, dinosaurs and trains. See, he built that track in a circle. He built it around in a circle. Just before bed, Jesse drew one last picture. Suddenly, there was a loud noise, and the whole house began to shake. What do you think might happen? Remember, the book is called Dinosaur Train. All aboard! Someone shouted. Who do you think said that? Please have your tickets ready. Thank you, said the conductor, dining car to the rear. So I think he found his way onto the dinosaur train. Let me show you the view from the sky windows. Look how little he is compared to the dinosaur and how big the dinosaur drinks are. Tunnel ahead, Jesse yelled. Duck! Uh-oh. Are they gonna make it? Look, he's riding on a dinosaur head. It's kind of fun. When they came out of the tunnel, Jesse said, "Look, that's amazing." Everyone leaned over to see. What were they looking at? I think it's a volcano. And look at, they're all leaning, and those dinosaurs are really heavy. What might happen? Uh-oh! They tipped over the train. Jesse took charge. Come on, you can do it. There's a Triceratops using his strong horns to try to push up the train. Push it back on the track. There's another dinosaur using his strong head. Do you think they're gonna get the train back up? Let's find out. They did. Thanks, son. It says you can ride up here with me. Look at that big foot on top. That must be a really big dinosaur, maybe a T-Rex. Next up, Jesse's room. And look, there he is. It is a T-Rex on top. Pretty cool. They're going back to Jesse's bedroom. So I bet riding on the dinosaur train, maybe that was a dream or something in his imagination. Because now he's going back to bed and maybe he'll wake up. And that will all be in his imagination, like I said. So that was Dinosaur Train. All right, the next thing I have for you is a little flannel activity, and Miss Tina's going to help me with this one. And we're going to build a train, and this is going to be about the different colors of the train. So if you know your colors, you can follow along with this one. So, and we're going to do different actions through this flannel activity too. So you can follow along with me with the actions, and Miss Tina's going to put up our different colored trains for us. And it goes like this. It's kind of maybe a tune your familiar with, so hopefully it'll be easy to follow along. It goes like this. Ready? Here we go. This little train, painted black, it comes chugging down the track with a choo-choo toot-toot. Hear the whistle blow, this little train goes chugging home. So we have one black train, that's the engine. The next one is blue. There it is, it's a blue one. This little car, painted blue, it has seats for me and you. With a choo-choo toot-toot, hear the whistle blow, this little train comes chugging home. So we've got a black and a blue. The next car is yellow. This little car, painted yellow, it shimmies and shakes like a bowl of jello. With a choo-choo toot-toot, hear the whistle blow, this little train comes chugging home. The next one is a green car. So that one's green. This little car, painted green, it's the fanciest car you've ever seen. With a choo-choo toot-toot, hear the whistle blow, this little train comes chugging home. And the very last car in the train is red, and this one has a special name. It's called a caboose. This caboose, it is red, it will take you home to bed. With a choo-choo toot-toot, hear the whistle blow, this little train goes chugging home. All right, and that's it. We built our train, and it's got a black engine, a blue car, a yellow car, a green car, and a red caboose. And let's count and see how many cars that this train has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 cars. And that's the end of that flannel activity. We'll get this train out a little bit later in the story time. So next I have another story for you. And this one's kind of cool because just like Jesse, maybe he had a dream that he was on the dinosaur train, or he used his imagination because dinosaurs aren't real anymore, right? They're not alive anymore. This story is about using your imagination too. So this story has dual pictures, which means that it has a picture on each side of the page. And as we're reading the story, we'll see that one of the pictures mirrors the other picture. So it's kind of like copying the picture. So you'll see what I mean. It's called Two Little Trains by Margaret Wise Brown. And I'm reading it today with permission from HarperCollins Publishers. So, as you can see in the pictures, we have a picture of a real train. Here's the front of it. And on this side, we have a toy train. Maybe like some of you guys have at home with toy train tracks like we talked about earlier. So, as we see what goes on in the picture with the real train, we'll see how the toy train mirrors the real train. So it says, 2 little trains went down the track. 2 little trains went west. Puff, 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 and chug, 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 2 little trains to the west. So the toy train is going under a chair, it looks like, and the real train is going under a bridge. One little train was a streamlined train, puff, puff, puff to the west. One little train was a little old train, chug, 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 going west. So the toy train is going past a big teddy bear. The real train's going through a city. So we really have to use our imagination here to see what kind of things the toy train goes by that represent the real things. Look down, that long steel track. The long steel track to the west. So here we have a track. And the toy is going along the edge of the rug. Two little trains came to a hill, a mountainous hill to the west. With a puff and a chug, they went right through and under the hill to the west. So what kind of a hill does the toy train have? A brook. look through that long dark hill to the west. So the real train's in a tunnel. And see the light at the end of the tunnel? The toy train came through a book. Two little trains came to a river going west. With a puff, 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 and a chug, chug, chug. They went over the river to the west. So what represents the river for the toy train? The water in the bathtub. Look down below the bridge at the deep, dark river going west. The rain came down on the two little trains going west, and it made them darker and wet and shiny as they went on their way to the west. So we've got rain, and the toy train is in the shower. The snow came down and covered the ground in the two little trains going west, and they got white and furry, and still in a hurry, they puffed and chugged to the west. So it's snowing, and it's snowing, but this snow is outside the window. The moon shone down on a gleaming track, and the two little trains going west, and they hurried along, and they heard the song of a man singing in the west. So the man singing in the toy world is through the radio. Look down, that long steel track where you and I must go. That long steel track in strong crossbars before we travel home. So the steel track is actually, for the toy, it's the pattern on the tablecloth. Crisscross pattern. The wind it blew and the dust it flew around the two little trains going west. But the dust storm drew not a toot or a woo or a whistle from the trains going west. What's making the dust storm for the toy train? A broom. Then the mountains came beyond the plain, and the train started climbing west, up and around and over and through the great high mountains to the west. So what kind of a mountain is the toy train climbing? Up the stair railing. The ocean was big, the ocean was blue, beyond the land in the west, and the little train stopped. Their trip was through. They had come to the edge of the west. So the real train came to the ocean, the big blue ocean, and the toy train came to the big blue blanket of the bed in the little child's bedroom. And that's the end. So this was kind of a neat story about how we can use our imagination to mimic real life using our toys and the different things in our house. So I really like that one. I think it's really neat. All right. So I have two more things before we end story time today. I have a little song and then one more flannel activity that we'll end with. So, all right, our song is an action song. So if it's okay with Mrs. Weeding, you can stand up for this one if you'd like. But we're going to do it sitting down just because it's a little bit easier for us with the angles of the camera and everything. So we're going to pretend to be trains and we're going to chug down the track for this one. So it goes like this. Ready? This is a choo-choo train puffing down the track. Now it's going forward. Now it's going back. Now the bell is ringing. Ding, 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 ding. Hear the whistle blow. Choo-choo. What a lot of noise it makes. Everywhere it goes. All right, so now you know how to do it. Let's do it together again. Ready? This is a choo-choo train puffing down the track. Now it's going forward. Now it's going back. Now the bell is ringing. Ding, 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 ding. Hear the whistle blow. Choo choo. What a lot of noise it makes. Everywhere it goes. All right, I have one more thing before we end story time, and this is another flannel activity Miss Tina's going to help me with. And we're going to make another train, and we're going to talk this time about how many trains are on, or how many cars are on the train. So we'll talk a little bit more about numbers, whereas the last time we talked about colors. So, ready? It goes like this. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, here comes the train on the railroad track. Clickety-clum, here comes the engine, number 1. There's number 1, the engine. Clickety-clue, here comes the coal car, number 2. There's the coal car, number 2. So we have 1, 2. Clickety-clee, here comes the boxcar, number 3. There's the boxcar, so we have 1, 2, 3. There's 3. Clickety-clore, here comes the tank car, number 4. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cars on our train. Clickety-clive, here comes the cattle car, number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cars on our train. Clickety-clicks, here comes the caboose. Now that's number 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cars on our train. There goes the train on the railroad track. Choo-choo. Goodbye. That's the end of story time. We'll see you again in about a month. Thanks for watching.